sometimes we get so hyper focused and so hyper fixated on the money and the this, and I want to get to this life, and we're just always focusing on getting somewhere, right? Now, granted, you need to be elevating, right? You need to be growing in life, because if you're not growing, what are you doing? What are you doing, right? You're essentially, if something is not growing, then it's dead, right? So I am a big advocate to grow and to go forward in life. But we also need to realize that we need to enjoy the process in wherever God is taking us. Okay, we need to enjoy where God has us at right now. Stop being so hyper focused and obsessed with trying to get to the destination, trying to get to an end. Okay, because then we miss the beauty and we miss the fun and where God has us right now. So sometimes we're praying, you might be praying for your person, right? You might be saying, God, please, I just want my person. I just want to be in a relationship. I just want to be with my person. And God is like, well, your person is coming in this next season. Your person is coming in the next couple months. But why don't you just enjoy this season that you're in right now? Because, you know, and I've heard this before, once you get out of that single season, right, your life is going to be different. So we need to realize that it's some people who didn't wake up this morning. It's some people who didn't wake up the day before, right? It's people who had plans and they thought that they were going to be doing this, and then now they're gone, right? Just like that, in a blink of an eye. And I know this is things that we don't really typically talk about, but this is important. Okay, we need to learn to cherish life. Stop making your whole life about, I need to do this, I need to get this, I need to do that. Like, you can do those things, but also enjoy where God has you at. If you're not at your goal weight, if you're not at your dream life, if you're not, you know, driving the car you want to drive, if you don't have the person that you feel like you want, it's okay, you know, because you know what you have? You have your life. You woke up this morning, you have the gift of life. And, you know, it's one of those things that you have to really like. You have to learn to be grateful for what you have. You have to learn to be grateful for just the gift of life. Okay, and in this life, we're going to all deal with different things. We're going to deal with bad people. We're going to deal with unfortunate circumstances. We're going to deal with loss. We're going to deal with heartbreak. We're going to deal with betrayal. That is what comes with being down here on earth. Okay, nobody never said that life was going to be easy. But when we learn to appreciate and have fun with life, fun with where we're at, you will start to realize and you will start to see, like, wow, life really isn't that bad, you know? When we take our focus on the fact that, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have this. When we take our focus off of that and we put our focus on what we do have and what is working out, our life will naturally be more enjoyable. Our life will naturally be more happy, right? And so it's one of those things that it's like one of those wake up calls, right? Have you ever had somebody like you've known, right, or close to you, and then you might have known somebody that passed, right? Somebody close to you that passed, and it kind of wakes you up for a second, right? Because initially we're just all in this like rat race. We're just all in this rat race, right? Trying to get to this point where we feel like we're going to be happy. But happiness comes from within. Happiness comes from the Lord. Happiness comes from, it's people who don't have anything that are happy, right? It's people who don't have anything that have joy. And so you have to realize that when you lose somebody, right? Like physically lose somebody, you have to realize that that's what wakes you up. And you realize, like, wait a minute, life is short. Life is so short. You could be here today and then going tomorrow. And so the things that we think are important, they really aren't that important. I know this really lovely lady, very, very lovely lady, very, very lovely lady. Literally will always see her, will always speak to her, just a beautiful person. And literally she was here the last time I saw her was like maybe 2 days ago, maybe 2 days ago. And we just had a nice little conversation, and I said, have a good night. I told her, have a good night, not thinking of it. And literally then maybe not even 2 days later, I find out that she passed in a fire, which is like horrible, right? And we talking about, and she had plans to go to the shore this weekend. She had like all of these great plans. She didn't have no clue that she wasn't going to be here, right? And I'm sure in that moment, whenever everything was happening, the last thing on her mind was like the fact, money or cloud, or the last thing on her mind was any of that. She was just wanting to, maybe just frightened that she wasn't going to have her life. And so we have to really understand that wherever you are at, wherever God has you at, is exactly where you're supposed to be. Okay. And we can get more, we can accomplish more, we can get we can get the desires of our heart, but we also have to learn to just enjoy the fact that we have life and that we're here and that life is still going on. Okay, because at the end of the day, when you're gone, the things that you are making important are not going to be important. The things that you are making, your whole world is not going to, that's the last thing you're going to be thinking about in your time of need. So I hope this helps you, because that really bothered me. Because at the moment when I heard, I was stressed out. I was thinking about my own little stuff. And then when I heard that, it kind of like woke me up, like, wait a minute, Wisdom, this thing is real. This is a life. A person could be here today and going tomorrow. So you have to just learn to enjoy your life. You have to learn to appreciate the beauty. Go outside, connect with nature. Take a few deep breaths in the fresh air. It will change how you feel. At the end of the day, anything could be like, you can get money, you can get a person, you can get, you can get all of those things. As long as you're still here, anything is possible. But when you're going, you're going. So what is the sense of you worrying? What is the sense of you being stressed out? What is the sense of you wasting your life just hyper fixated, hyper focused on something that can easily be changed or easily be, fixed or whatever the case? So I know I was kind of all over the place with this message, but I just hope this helped you today. If you're having a rough day, it's just, and know this too, emotions are temporary. Emotions come and go. You can feel one way today, feel some way, they're a complete different way tomorrow. Emotions are temporary. Okay, so don't get caught up in how you feel today, because tomorrow you'll wake up and you could be feeling completely different. The next day you could wake up and feel completely different than the day before. So emotions are temporary. Don't allow emotions to rule over your entire life. Okay, pray on it and get up and keep pushing, because the best gift that you have is your life. That is the best gift you have right now in this moment. And once you realize that, everything will change for you. So I'm Wisdom. This is Wisdom Talks. I'll see you in the next talk.